not sure if many people know who Mike Rowe is, but Mike Rowe is a gentleman that does dirty jobs. And Mike Rowe his team reached out to me, said that they were doing a documentary about people in the community that were giving back during COVID. And they asked if they could do basically a Zoom call with me and talk about the process and what we were doing. So we did that. The young lady said, "Is there any chance I can give you a call back next week to discuss this further?" And I said, "Sure." So she calls me back the next week and says that they'd like to come here and include us in a documentary. And so I agreed to do that. They came here, they met with me on a Friday and basically spent the entire day with me, with a film crew. And they walked around, they got to see, at the time I was still handing out checks by hand and shaking everybody's hand at the end of the week and thanking them for their week's hard work. And they spent, like I said, the whole day. They went back and they edited the information. And then they called me back and said, "Hey, we'd like to bring another crew out next Friday, if that's okay, to kind of get some more footage." Well, when they came back for that day, they, unbeknownst to me, had gone through my wife, Kim, and my daughter, Madeline, who was working here at the time during COVID, and set up this entire thing where people from the community were going to be here. And they set up this whole thing in the back of our parking lot, in the back of the building. And Mike Rowe came on and talked to us and said that he was going to donate a $20,000 check to our mission. And so we were on the YouTube channel, and he has the program is called Desk for Success. And it allowed us to, with his donation, as well as a lot of others that we were getting to the community, we donated over 2,100 desks to our local community so that they could have a place to work. And it was a desk that when you built it, Corey, they could take it down and rebuild it in less than a minute. It was 4 pieces that just went together, and I could sit on it. It was that strong. It really says something special about the way that we could give back to our community. It was a special time for us here. And I would have people that would call and say, "Can we buy them?" And I said, "They're not for sale." I said, "But if you need some, call me and you can come by and pick them up." They said, "Well, we'll pay whatever it costs, whatever you want from us." I said, "They're not for sale. That's not why we're doing this. I'm not doing it to make money. I'm doing it to give back."